So let's just talk in order, if you like. The ceasefire, phase one is underway. There were, thoughts there might be a hiccup, but it's continuing, it's holding on both sides. Do you have any notion of whether phase two has even started to be discussed and whether it will actually happen?
Well, as you know, it's supposed to have started a few days ago. Actually, the 16th day of the ceasefire was supposed to be the day when the next phase two negotiations would start. It actually started probably in different version of it in Washington, when Mr. Netanyahu was in Washington. And then I think there were some meetings in Qatar and other places. I think it's not fully developed, if you like. So I think probably some discussions are going on how things to proceed on phase two. But then also, I guess the focus now is on getting phase one going as well.
So just in general, are you as the Palestinian Authority satisfied with the way the ceasefire is going? I mean, it's obviously not easy for anybody.
Well, absolutely. I mean, of course, the fact that there is no more killing, no more destruction, some more humanitarian assistance is coming in, that's all good news. But obviously, this is a small piece of the puzzle, as you know. I mean, first of all, even at the humanitarian level, the most immediate problem for our people in Gaza today is to get some kind of temporary shelter, because more than 330,000 people lost their homes in the war. Rebuilding these homes again is a big challenge. It's going to take time. But we need to bring in some tents, some prefab homes, caravans, whatever, so that we can have a temporary shelter for them. Until now, Israel did not allow for this. So we hope that they will honor the agreement and allow this temporary shelter to come in as soon as possible.
So you obviously bring me to the controversial point of, yes, the humanitarian catastrophe, the demolition zone that is Gaza, and what President Trump said during the White House meeting with Prime Minister Netanyahu, that, and he's doubled down. He hasn't changed what he meant, that we will take Gaza, we'll own it, we'll love it, we'll rebuild it, it will be the Riviera of the Middle East. Since we haven't had the opportunity to talk to you and the recognized Palestinian Authority, what is your view on that?
No, our view is very simple. Our people are determined to stay in their homes. Our people want to be part of rebuilding their homes. Nobody wants to leave his home or her home. So we're determined to continue to do our best to rebuild Gaza as soon as possible. Obviously, it's a huge task. We think that in 3 years' time, we'll be able to bring Gaza back to a situation where it's livable and most people will have at least temporary shelter, if not a permanent shelter.
That's very optimistic, because we've heard UN and others say it could take 15 years just to clear the rubble and rebuild.
Well, no, I'm definitely much more hopeful than the UN.
Mr. Netanyahu said during his US visit that Palestinians who leave Gaza during the rebuilding can come back if they choose to do so. He actually said the actual idea of allowing first Gazans who want to leave, I mean, what's wrong with that? They can leave, then they can come back. Do you believe him?
Well, unfortunately, our experience with leaving is a very bad one. Our families left in 1948, that's 77 years ago, and they are still to go back. So we have very bad experience of leaving. So we don't want even to entertain the idea of leaving. We want to focus on making things possible for our people to continue to enjoy reasonable life and live in their country in dignity. And that takes me to the main issue of why this is all happening. Because why we're talking about leaving and building and ceasefires and exchanging of prisoners, we still didn't talk about why all of this continuing to happen despite 77 years since Israel was established and Palestine was supposed to be established. And until today, we continue to work very hard with the international community, with our partners in the region, to get Palestinians their rights in self-determination, independent state as soon as possible. This is the answer.